Welcome everyone. So nice to see you all, and thank you so much for participating and registering for this very interactive and interesting webinar that we are here for today. Interactive teaching and learning session with Nearpod. As Genta already introduced about myself, I am Lakshmi Panada. I am currently teaching your middle school in Dubai, UAE, and I really like to explore a lot of things, and that is what keeps me going. So thank you so much, and I'm sure that with this webinar, I will be able to help you and give you the experience of Nearpod, which is such an easy application. And trust me, for physical or distance learning, you will make your lessons so interesting and interactive for your students as well for yourself when you are planning your lessons. So let's begin. So, interactive teaching and learning with Nearpod. We will be looking into factors of teaching, assessing, and also connecting with students. So the objective for today's webinar, by the end of this session, we will make sure that we are able to integrate Nearpod with Microsoft Office Teams, as most of you all are using Google platforms or Microsoft Teams and to convey or take everyday's lesson, as we are into the physical or distance learning aspect. So it is very interesting part here when we are integrating Nearpod easily with Microsoft Teams, because you don't have to go to different applications or different tabs to keep connecting. And also interactive lessons, how to engage your students in distance and physical learning of the school. And of course, differentiated teaching for various levels of learners, as we know that we need to cater to each and every particular student at every level. So they need, and there are tremendous activities, I believe, with which are in Nearpod that would help you to design your plan in such a way that you can cater to each and every level of the student. So Nearpod is a very fascinating solution to an all-in-one presentation. It is basically the presentation, but it is very interesting presentation that you do with your students, wherein you are teaching the lesson and also making them understand and participate in the interactive if they want to do it via quiz or collaborative working, or they want to just answer a few questions where random questions are put up and they just want to keep answering. And this Nearpod application is entirely built for physical learning, hybrid distance learning, and school-based settings. It can be utilized any which ways, and you can integrate with your different tabs also. You can use it in your laptop, your computer, or in your mobile phone as well. So it's a win-win for the teachers as well as the students. Nearpod benefits, of course, teachers have complete control over students' devices, and there are options where you want to give students the access, so they can do or they can complete the entire lesson in their own pace, or else you can have the entire control. So it's like even when you are having a distance learning, it is giving you the opportunity to interact with students in the same pace as you are moving along with the classroom. Teachers can use it to assess students' learning, and reports are also printed. So this is very fascinating fact over here, that as we every time look out to see the progress of a student, when we are giving a particular question, we are challenging the students to grow more, to know more. So this is where it also helps us to assess the student for whichever activity or question or content that we are putting up in Nearpod. So we do get reports also, which is very much easy for us to track the progress of the student. Students can complete their work in their own pace, as I mentioned, and it is accessible across all subject areas. So you need not worry that if I am teaching primary, pre-primary, foundation stage, or whether you are in high grade school or you are teaching university level, it will be catering to all subjects and all the grades of students. Setting up Nearpod, there are two parts to Nearpod. A free application. It is absolutely free first when you the first month when you are registering for or signing up on Nearpod, you will get good amount of facilities where you can toggle between all the tools that are available in this, which we will be learning in this webinar and looking up. Also, once you complete your free, there are few tools that will not be applicable, but no worries, you can always have your Nearpod lessons as interesting with the same existing tools. And there are also opportunities where you can keep upgrading your Nearpod lessons. So you can go to silver, gold, and platinum. So it gives you running presentations. And the second is content tool, the website where you will be creating, uploading, modifying, and managing the presentations. You can run them. So let's first part to start with Nearpod. You need to know how we have to create an account with Nearpod. There is sign up. So once you go to your web browser and you click on www.nearpod.com and sign up, you will be asked to whether you want to sign up via Google account or via Microsoft Teams account. So if you are very much interested and your school is providing the Microsoft Teams, so you can always utilize the school's email ID for registering with Microsoft, or it is if you just want to sign up with your own account, you can always do with your Google Gmail account. And it will be asking you for your username and password. Once you are set with your sign up, the second part, you can also download the same application in your mobile phone. The students can also do that in their mobile phone so that it is very much easy for them to log in to Nearpod and complete the task that the teacher is providing them. Just going to start menu, go to the store, search for Nearpod, click on install button, and you will be there with your Microsoft or your Google account and password. So this is how the page looks once you are into nearpod.com. If you can see here, it is asking you for sign up free. You have your account already registered very well, so you can just log in. And this is the option where it is giving you to log in with Google or Microsoft. This is the part of the students where once you create the lesson, you will be getting a code which you can share with your students and the students can join. They can join via their tabs, their mobile phones and laptops again. And you can also sign up with your own separate Yahoo ID or anything from here. Logging into Nearpod again, just click in teacher login. Make sure that if you are teacher and you are you will be the presenter or you will be making the presentations and the lesson plans. So choose yourself as a teacher login. Use the district email or the school email ID and check email to find your password. Once you register, there will be an password which will be sent to you by the Nearpod. You can register it, and then once you click the home button on top right corner, you can just wait and then log in. This is the Nearpod dashboard. So once you are ready with your email ID and you are logging into the Nearpod, this is where your home button you will be clicking. After clicking your home button, you are directly going to your dashboard. This is your dashboard, how this looks. This is my dashboard, for example, and you will be having this option already given to you. These are the lessons that I have prepared for myself and my classes. So, and there are a lot of interesting tools that you can see over here and options that you can gauge to come up with your everyday class. Let me just give you a quick brief with this. So this is the Nearpod dashboard, and this is new icon. So this option will allow you to create a new presentation altogether. For example, you are selecting an option, or your topic for today is photosynthesis. So you want to create your content on photosynthesis today. You can just directly go to new and start creating your presentation. I will also tell you once you click on new what are the options that you will be getting in the live session of Nearpod. And then along with the content, you can add activities in this. Then we have quick launch, which is for the quick things. For example, you have started teaching photosynthesis in your classroom. That is your physical classroom. And you want to just quickly take, in the beginning, you want to quickly take a poll, or at the end of the session of your period, you want to take a quiz. So this is what will help you to quick launch. That means you can create a quick quiz or a collaboration question or an open-ended question where students can just put up their answers, and you will get to know, or you can see the progress of how much is the content clear to the students. And if you want to see their prior knowledge, you can use it as a starter, which is really good. Then we have this on the left hand side, that is my library. That is you yourself, once you create your own Nearpod sign up, you will get my library. This is all the lessons that you will be creating in the Nearpod. The presentations will be stored under my library. You can check all the time, and these are all the time stored here. They do not get deleted unless and until you want to delete them, or you can keep editing and remaking and revitalizing your whole lesson. Then you have the reports. As I mentioned, it is giving you a very interesting fact that as we need to track the students' progress all the time, we have to keep a check on reports. So this will give you access to the results. Once you go to reports, it will give you the reports accordingly to the presentation that you have started with. For example, you have created your presentation on photosynthesis. You have created your presentation on weather and climate chapter, and a mathematics subtraction and addition chapter. So there are 3 presentations, but you want to select and look at the result of only geography, weather and climate. So it does give you the whole tab, and the reports are always available. It does not get deleted again. So which is again a very good thing, as it keeps everything stored in one place. You don't have to keep making folders in different places, so you will not be lost as well. So you can keep track of everything in one place. Then we have the last thing on here, that is your teacher resources. This is, as I gave you an example, it is across all subjects and across all grades. So there are resources which are made by other teachers and put up. They keep sharing these resources in the Nearpod lessons for free. There are few paid ones, of course, and there are mostly the free ones which you would like to integrate in your own library. So you can just explore the ready-made presentations by other teachers, and you can add into your library, and you can edit it, or you want to go with the same flow, you can do that, which is again easy. So sometimes if you are racking your brain to come up with creative ideas, you can just go into teacher resources and explore the different ideas. This is how it is. Microsoft Teams is a hub for sharing material because it gives lot of variety for a live webinar or a student-based Nearpod. So it's like assignments, differentiated instructions, learning centers, homework, course syllabus, class procedures, everything. You can also use it as an announcement to parents, or you can collaborate with different your other colleague teachers or across the teachers, and it will be really fascinating to know that how easily you can blend your Nearpod with the teams. So let's now work together to learn better. Here I would be asking you to go live to Nearpod with me so that we can understand Nearpod a little more better and a little more clear. So I will just paste the code that you would like to join in. I would first request you to go to your web browser and log in to nearpod.com. As I gave you the instructions, you can, if you already have a Nearpod account, you can just quickly log in. If you do not have, you can just quickly sign up. And once you sign up, you will be getting the option of join code. As a teacher also, you do get the option of joining code. So join a lesson. This is where you can put the code that I will be providing you now, and you can join the lesson that I will be sharing with you. All right. So let me just give you that. Until then, please make sure that you are logging into Nearpod. Okay. Here is the code that I'm providing. So the idea of you logging into Nearpod with this code is to complete one of each task that is there in Nearpod along with me so that you can get easily familiarized with that topic. And this is the dashboard, and I will be logging in with my Microsoft account, which I already have. So this is my dashboard, as you can see. Okay, and here if I put that code that I have already provided, and you can easily join as a student, as a teacher, when your teacher is providing you the code. All right, so as I gave you the code, what I can do is when I'm asking you or talking about integrating this lesson. So this is the presentation on interactive teaching learning, which I have already prepared on Nearpod. And if I want, for example, if you have your own topic of presentation, which you have created on Nearpod, and you want to integrate the same with Teams Microsoft, so you can do see the option of Microsoft Teams over here, right? So this is the code. You can either give them the code directly, or it will be easy to just integrate with Microsoft. So I will give you an option that how you can do this. So once you click on Microsoft Teams, you get a separate window asking about how you can, or which channel or which class you want to share with. So if you are teaching across 7, 8, and 9 classes, you will be getting the option to share it into a channel, or you will be getting an option to share it as an assignment. Both the options are very much interesting and individually catering to different aspects. That is, if you want to share it on a channel, for example, if you're teaching a content along with doing some activities, you can share it on a channel that will give you the access to show the students with live participation, as in where the teacher will have the access to control students or make the students go along with her teaching. or else you can give them the option of self-paced. That is, you can create as an assignment and give it to them and ask them to complete this whole work in 1 week or so. And then you can go to share to, just click the team or channel. If I am teaching, suppose humanities is one of the channel that I am, or subject I'm teaching in. So once you click your class over here, you will get the options of all the classes that you will be sharing this to. And once you click which class you want to, for example, 8th or 7th or 9th, and then you click share with them, it will directly be posted on the Teams chat with them in their Teams channel. So that is how you can integrate your Nearpod with Teams, and it will be directly linked on to the students in Teams channel. And this is the lesson that you can see. If you have logged in with the same code that I have provided, you may see the same page, and you can also see that if I am moving, even your screen on your tab is moving. Yes. So that is one thing that where teachers can control, or they can take the lead in teaching the content of the lesson. And this is one option you will be getting on your tab on your screen as you are the student participant over here. And you can also encourage students to do this. That is, you will be getting a tab on the top right corner of the student device. That means on your device, you will be getting a toggle of notes tab. You can save to your Gmail, email, or you can save it to your OneDrive so that you can later refer to what the teacher or what I have been telling you, or you can encourage your students telling them to write down or take down notes of the content that is being taught. You can open Note Navigator to start typing. Then moving on, there is a simple question of poll. You can just give me a quick poll on this, and I will tell you how we can go ahead in each of the module of Nearpod. Teachers, if you are interested, please, you can answer with this. And okay, so I get 40% of you who are teaching high school. That's lovely. All right, thank you so much. So we will move ahead with the second part of this. So there is another activity that is an open-ended question. Now here, I would ask you to, I will take you back to the screen of actual Nearpod and explain you that how I can create the content. So this is a dashboard, as I said. So once I would tell you that this is the new lesson. So it will give you options of asking that whether you want to create a lesson in Nearpod or in Google Slides. As we are doing it in Nearpod first, so let's go ahead and deal into that. So these are the options that you will be getting once you click on your first new creation of your Nearpod. This is an untitled lesson, of course, so you can give the name of the lesson. For example, if you're giving photosynthesis, you can just type in here and this becomes, or you can also write this is for your 7. Yes. And once you will start adding slides, there are 2 parts to the slide. As I'm again and again telling you that it is content and activities both integrated to it. So in content, you will have n number of options wherein you can integrate your content via a video. And this is a new feature and a very interesting feature wherein you can add the video and you can also add additional questions to it. Then this is a slide where you can quickly make your own presentation inside the Nearpod and ask the students to go through and refer. This is a web content if when you are teaching a topic and you want them to refer to an article which you think is very much vital for them to learn about it, you can add the link of that web content over here. Vocabulary video, there is Nearpod 3D if you are taking them for something that you want them to have a closer look at, for heart, for example, leaves in photosynthesis and how they grow, the plants, saplings, everything. Then we have pet simulation also. We have a VR field trip, which is again very nice to make the students being in the classroom or in the distance learning take to a tour. Graphing calculator, BBC video also you can implement. There is Sway, which is another interesting presentation. Slideshow, if you have your PPT already ready separately, you can integrate that with Nearpod. You have audio also and PDF viewer. If you have a PDF of some articles that you want your students to refer. This is the content part of Nearpod. And moving on to the activities part of the Nearpod. So what you can do is once you have given them the, for example, you have given some slide to refer or instructions that what is this topic about, lesson objective, and what is the starter, what we will be doing today. That becomes your slide. And then you are giving them a PDF viewer of an article, asking them to refer to the article and be prepared. And then you can jump into one activity. You can put up an open-ended question where you can say or ask that what did you learn in the article? What is the article about? So that becomes your open-ended question. There are matching pairs. You can add image or you can add text and text. So it's like match the following. Quick quiz you can take. There is Flipgrid integration, which is another altogether a very different and interesting application. Time to climb is also a part of quiz, but this is a fascinating quiz wherein you can keep your toddlers or your primary, pre-primary students very much enthused about this. Draw it, again, you can ask them after the completion of the content, for example, photosynthesis topic that you are teaching, you can ask them that what did you learn? How do you think the plant is growing towards the sunlight? So they can draw it and show you. And collaborate board is there where everyone can put up their ideas, they can debate, they can argue, they can say that this is their point or they do not agree with certain points. Their thoughts and ideas can be shared as a whole class together. Then there is poll, of course, that we already completed, filling the blanks and memory test. So these are very interesting and you can keep providing these different activities into the class. And as I'm telling you, teachers, you can make these all activities are differently organized and you can assess your students with different level. So you can come to know whom you have to give the draw it activity to or open-ended question to, or you can see the progress of students with the collaborate board and etc. So that gives you differentiated learning as well. Moving back to the activity that I have prepared for you. So this is the open-ended question activity that I had already created for our session today. It's just a quick question. If you would like to answer to it, please go ahead. And I would like to draw your attention to this fascinating timer that I have added. So if you want to keep a track of students' work and also give them the track of the work, you can always add the timer over here. So this gives you the idea that in this, and the students also, they are on their pace to, complete this. Okay, yeah, I have to complete a particular question or answer within the given time. So you can also integrate time management with this. Oh, thank you, Kenta. And moving on, we have, this is the applications as I just gave you. You can add content, add web content, and then add activity. In activity, add content, you will get all these options. Adding activity, you are getting all these options. And once you are ready with your whole presentation, you will be here dragged on, where you will be asked whether you want a live participation, or you want a student-based learning, or you want to have a live participation integrated with Zoom. So this live participation and student-based is very much recommended, as I gave you the option of differentiated learning. So you can take half of your class, or you can ask the students who are very much, bright or very quick learners, you can give them the work on student-based learning, adding with more of content and more of activity. And with live participation, you can have the students who are slow learners or who needs attention with you in your live participation. So that is a really great idea for differentiation with Nearpod. Then I have also integrated a little collaborative board over here, if you can see. So it's just a simple question, as in when, for example, if this is a question that how would you integrate your Nearpod with the presentation? Yes, it is very much important, and you would like to do it, or you would like to try it. Yes, it is nice, and I would like to try it. Just writing this to show you how it looks. And this is how your post-its or your students' view will be coming up over here. They will, of course, whatever their name they have logged in, you will get a whole collaborated board, which you can always take and share with your teachers, with your colleagues, and give them to understand. You can take a print of that as well, which will be very nice. And moving on, we have this integration with Teams, as I already mentioned. And I have given you an option that how you can integrate it with your Teams management. There is a quick PDF and a video conference with Microsoft Teams, how you can do that in Tangle. I will make sure that I'm providing both the links in the chat box so that you can refer to it later on. This is where another part of differentiated learning is Nearpod and Immersive Reader, as we have slow learners and quick readers, specifically for slow learners who do not like to read, who do not like to look at the text. So we have very interesting factor of audio. So you can just give the option and turn on the option of immersive reading, which will make or enable the students to listen to the text that you have provided in your instructions or in your content, which is again very nice. And also for students who like picture based, or who are very much attracted to visual learning, spatial learning, you can add pictures and you can increase the font, decrease the font accordingly, color the font. And this is also a very different and interesting fact of using differentiated learning in your classroom, inclusive learning with your students, with slow learners. And this is how you can help them. You can also give them as student-based, or you can take them on live participation. So again, as a simple question, open-ended questions, this is what I'm giving you an example over here of how you can prepare your content, teachers. And this another factor, as I just gave you immersive learning, will give you the option of, creating it. You can read the question. You click on this, you can read the question, and you can also have different font of the text. Also an option for the online, for the open-ended questions, where teachers or the students can record their audio and send it. Then once you have completed, you have a very quick match, pair and share that I have provided here, just for your knowledge and just so that you can understand. You can go through it. If you are interested, you can also solve it. And teachers, if you want to go ahead with the selecting of matching the pairs that we have just done, I have just given few examples of quiz and the activities that we learned right away, that you can, what is it related to. So it's one is the picture of quiz and the other is the option, what it describes. So what is a quick quiz, Nearpod quiz, and what is a quick Nearpod poll, what is quick. So this also gives students that how excitingly they can, keep matching the pair. And we do have someone who has already answered. Athena, thank you so much. Larry, very well. Thank you. Moving on ahead. So this is again, as immersive readers, there are a few more PDF and links of the video that I would like to share with you in the chat box later. So you can go through it. And distance learning with Nearpod is really amazing. You can always learn more and more. There is a whole article about it, and you can go through this. I would really love to share this whole Nearpod content that I have prepared with you teachers. So I will, once you get over with the session with your students, you can do end session. So when you are having a live session, you can end it, and the students will also get the same option saying that teacher has ended the lesson and the period is over or the content is completed. And you can take the reports before that so that you can keep a track, and it will be an Excel sheet where you will get the name, date, along with the activities in which student has participated, which student has not participated. So once I end the session, it will also give you the option, this, and just go ahead with this. So once you have created the lesson and shared with your class, you want the same lesson to share with your teachers. It is very easy. Just go to these three dots on the top of the content box that you have already created, and it will ask you for sharing with teachers. So you can just give them editable link, or you want to just ask them to just go through and preview it, you can give the preview link. So Nearpod for differentiation, as I gave you the options, there are many activities that you can go through. You will have a flipped classroom. You can make it as a flipped classroom, small group instructions. You can have quick assessments that you can take as pre-test or post-test. And of course, it's a way of blended learning. If you see, for assessment, formative assessments, it's a way easier process, and you will be able to track students' work and know their progress. So you can launch the interactive media of formative assessment, that is via the activities or the content that you will be creating, share the code with them, and then you will get your reports, as we just seen in the webinar. Of course, it's a target learning and targeted instruction when it comes to Nearpod. You will have your digital content with you. You will have your integrated instructions. You will be giving proper student reflection. You will get the reports that the students have progressed and what they have learned, what they have missed out, where they do need to practice. And it's a data driven decision. That means when you're getting the results, you can keep your data with you and keep a track of the work the students are completing and how much attention they need, what is the help they or require. There are few frequently asked questions when it comes to Nearpod and virtual learning. I would like to just quickly go through it. That is, what do I get to do with upgraded access? You can always make lots and lots of interactive lessons and presentations for each and every content. And there is, after like 10 to 15 of your content making, the Nearpod itself gives you the opportunity to upgrade your access. That means you can go to silver package and then gold package, etc. How do my students access Nearpod? They can easily access via laptop, their own tabs, their own mobile phones, and anywhere they will be in. Can I use Nearpod lesson for independent student work? Absolutely, you can do that. You can give it to student in their student-based work, as I gave you the option, or you can have a live webinar with the students in Nearpod. Are there limits to how many students can join a Nearpod lesson? For now, there is no limit. I have 30 to 35 students in one particular class, and sometimes I also combine my classes where I want to integrate the topic in both the divisions. So I have done that, and there were almost 60 to 70 students, which was good. Can I use Nearpod with video conferencing? Of course, as I gave you the option with integration with Teams, it does give you the very fascinating opportunity of having the live video session going on along with the virtual learning of Nearpod. So, of course, it is a win-win situation of Nearpod with video conferencing. And can I use single sign on for Nearpod? This is not necessarily single sign in, because I also use my Gmail account to log in with Nearpod, and I have prepared my lessons on Gmail as well, Google account, sorry, and also I have used Microsoft account, and there are multiple number of accounts that I am using for signing into Nearpod, because just so that I can make different uses. You can do that as well. Is Nearpod offering any professional development to help districts ramp up? Of course, teachers, yes. As you know that I am a certified Nearpod educator, so you do get the opportunity. Just try making a lot of content and few presentation and come to their criteria, and it will be. So thank you so much, and I really want to thank TeachPitch for giving this opportunity, this wonderful opportunity to share my experience, so that I can help my teachers, my colleagues, my fellow teachers to understand this webinar better, to understand the very interesting edutech that is Nearpod, to integrate in their day-to-day teachings and learning process, which makes their work very quick and easy and also interesting for the students. Thank you, TeachPitch. And thank you everyone who has taken out their time to join in for this webinar and put up their chats and their questions and their thoughts in the chat box. And I'm reading them. That's really nice. Thank you so very much.